So if you're in the class of 2025 or know someone who is, you need to hear this. That whole promise of a stable career path, you go to university, you get your degree, you get a good job, yeah, that path is broken. It's like the ladder has a huge rung missing right at the bottom. This isn't just a tough market, it's a full-blown crisis for young people, and it's happening right now.
And look, this isn't just some abstract economic trend we're talking about. This is real life. I mean, listen to this quote from a recent grad named Caitlin. She applied to 647 roles before she landed one. Let that sink in for a second. 647 applications. It sounds impossible, right? But for way too many people, this is the new normal. And that's the thing. Caitlin's story, it's not some crazy one-off. It's a symptom of a much bigger problem. Check out this number, 5.3%. That's the unemployment rate for recent graduates. And here's the kicker. For the first time in a long, long time, that figure is actually higher than the rate for the general population. It means a college degree no longer guarantees you a better shot at a job.
So you've got to be asking, how in the world did we get here? Well, it wasn't just one single thing. It was a perfect storm, a collision of all these different economic and technological forces that just slammed into the job market at the exact same time.
And this storm, it's really being powered by three big things. You've got the AI takeover, a major hiring freeze, and this weird post-pandemic squeeze. We're going to start with the economic stuff first, and then we'll get to the elephant in the room, the AI revolution.
Right now, companies are just nervous. All this talk about the economy has them spooked. It's created what experts are calling a low hiring, low firing environment. They're not necessarily laying off tons of people they already have, but they have absolutely slammed the brakes on bringing in new talent. A new grad is an investment, And right now, that's an investment a lot of businesses feel like they just can't afford to make.
On top of that, remember the whole Great Resignation? Well, it's over. Done. In 2023, if you switch jobs, you could expect a pretty nice pay bump, almost 8%. Today, that's collapsed to basically zero. So what happens? Experienced workers are staying put. They have no reason to leave. And that just clogs up the entire career pipeline, leaving absolutely no room at the bottom for new graduates to squeeze in.
Okay, so that economic freeze, that's only half the story. The really big, complex, game-changing factor here is artificial intelligence. And it's a total double-edged sword. It's the single biggest threat to entry-level work. But also, paradoxically, it might be a powerful new tool for success.
This quote from a writer, Andrew Cole, just perfectly captures the anxiety so many people are feeling. He talks about trying to outrun this wave of AI that just keeps devaluing skills. You spend years getting good at something, and then, bam, a new AI model comes out, and your hard-earned skill set suddenly feels, useless. It's a terrifying feeling. And this isn't just a feeling, it's a hardcore forecast coming straight from the heart of the tech industry. The CEO of Anthropic, one of the top AI companies, predicts that AI could wipe out half, not some, not a few, half of all entry-level white-collar jobs in the next 5 years. That is a staggering warning, especially coming from someone who is literally building the technology.
And yet, here's the paradox. Even as AI is threatening all these jobs, AI literacy is becoming one of the most in-demand skills. LinkedIn's head of economics says companies are actively looking for graduates who know how to work with AI. They see them as essential for the future, even if they don't totally know what that future looks like yet.
The battleground here is becoming pretty clear, right? On one side, you have jobs that are physical, things you do in the real world, like being a plumber or a rail track layer. For now, those are largely safe from AI. But on the other side, all those cognitive desk-based jobs that university degrees have always been a pipeline to, writers, sales reps, historians, translators, those are sitting right in the crosshairs.
So you're a grad, you're looking at this broken ladder. What do you do? Well, it turns out they're not just trying harder, they're throwing out the old playbook entirely. Instead of trying to climb, they are forging completely new and sometimes pretty unconventional paths.
And a huge reason for this shift comes down to some cold, hard math. There's this concept called the university wage premium. It's basically the extra money you're supposed to earn over your lifetime just because you have a degree. Well, that premium, it's shrinking, fast. That expensive piece of paper just isn't the guaranteed ticket to a bigger paycheck that it used to be.
And you can see how the public feels about this. Confidence has absolutely cratered. Get this, only 22% of adults in the US now believe a college degree is actually worth the cost. That is a staggering vote of no confidence in the entire system of higher education. So what are these new paths that Gen Z is taking? Well, many are turning towards skilled trades, blue-collar work that AI can't touch. But even more are embracing a whole new kind of hustle, entrepreneurship. Gen Z is now the fastest-growing group of entrepreneurs out there. They're deciding to just build their own businesses from the ground up instead of trying to climb a broken corporate ladder.
And honestly, nothing captures this new era better than the story of this guy, Roy Lee. So get this, he's expelled from an Ivy League school, Columbia, for building an AI tool to cheat on interviews. But does he go look for another job? No. He takes that exact same tool, builds a startup around it, and raises millions of dollars. It's almost poetic. He didn't just find a new path. He built one out of the very thing that broke the old one.
So when you put all of this together, it leads us to one final, unavoidable question. It's a question that really challenges the entire foundation of our education and career systems, and it forces us all to ask, is the degree we're working towards truly AI-proof?
Because we're caught in this bizarre, circular loop right now. Think about it. Students are using AI to get degrees, to qualify them for jobs that might not even exist in a few years because of that same AI. It forces you to step back and ask a fundamental question. What are we really doing here? In a world increasingly driven by artificial intelligence, what is the purpose of our own?